I'm Gene Bundy, Special Collections Librarian at Eastern New Mexico University.
And I'm Regina Boulay-Sweeten, and I'm the Archivist in Special Collections. Portales residents have probably noticed that the 4-story building that across from the public library downtown has been getting a bit of a facelift. It's been renovated by an Albuquerque company and to be rebranded as a Best Western Portales Inn. The original building was proposed as a hotel in 1949, was community financed to put Portales on the map, and was finished in July of 1951. In the Golden Library Special Collections, local history archival materials, we have 2 scrapbooks, volumes 1 and 2, that kind of plot the beginnings of the building from proposal up through when it was opened. There was quite a bit of discussion about the location. There were 2 different locations, but they wanted to make sure there was enough space for the 50-plus rooms, a banquet hall, a cafe, office spaces, and they finally decided on Union and Nevada, which are no longer known as that. They're now known as West 3rd and Avenue B. And there were also issues with the installed plumbing, so after it was already installed, between the Portales City Council and the State Plumbing Board. And that was a bit of a kerfuffle. Nice, big, bold headlines on that. Portales' own Floyd D. Golden was the general sales manager of the executive committee for the hotel board, and it was named Hotel Cal Boykin after the first hotel manager who came over from Texas. One of the neat tidbits of information that are in these scrapbooks is that it had the first elevator in town, which is kind of neat. Go up all those 4 stories and see the vista.
Mm-hmm.
What are some other neat things?
Well, I first went in there when it was the Plains Inn in 1968, when it was basically almost a homeless shelter, and there was like one bare light bulb hanging from the ceiling in the halls. It was dim and dark. But then, at some point, and I'm not sure when, it had a facelift and became the Portales Inn. Now, if we fast forward to 1999, and Jack Williamson, whose office we're sitting in, you see there, he wrote a little story called Miss Million, and I would like to read you the beginning of it, which is kind of interesting, because she hit Portales like a falling star. I met her at the inn as I crossed the lobby to the Wednesday breakfast meeting of a few literary friends who laugh a lot and seldom mention literature. Jack Williamson, Rick Hauptman, Patrice Caldwell, Bob and Marilyn Huber, that was the group, Marilyn Tracy, that met at Portales Inn. Little story set in Portales Inn. And then, if we go a couple more years, Connie Willis, who's been for a while the mistress of ceremonies at the Williamson Lectureship, the first time she came to Portales, she stayed at Portales Inn and wrote, she was so impressed, not impressed, so taken by staying in Portales Inn and walking around downtown that she wrote a little story called Nonstop to Portales, which starts out, every town's got a claim to fame. No town is too little and dried out to have some kind of tourist attraction, except, apparently, Portales, New Mexico. Sights, the cute Hispanic girl at the desk of the Portales Inn said when I asked what there was to see, there's Billy the Kid's grave over in Fort Sumner. It's about 70 miles. I'd just driven all the way from Bisbee, Arizona. The last thing I wanted to do was get back in the car and drive 160 miles round trip to see a crooked wooden tombstone with a name worn off. 2 stories set in Portales Inn, in downtown Portales, New Mexico.
So if anyone wanted to come and look at these materials, Special Collections is open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and you just need to kind of either call ahead or email Jean or I, and we can set you an appointment to come look at these materials, and you can kind of take a trip through history yourself. Thanks for listening to us today.